Hi, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thanksgiving 2025, and this is the Planet-Based Life Meetup. So we're kind of doing this last minute here. See, I know the holidays are a hard time for a lot of people, and figured just be, hey, good time to see who's out there, who wants to chat, who wants to share what they're doing or see what they're doing, what challenges come up. So, welcome. Welcome, Steele, to our meetup,
Thank
your
you.
last
Thank
minute
you.
meetup here. So fortunately this will be recorded, so hopefully people can catch it later. But because they maybe didn't get the message, missed the message.
We gave a lot of advance notice.
Yeah, whole hour maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the important thing is that these will be recorded so that way people can still get some of the information. So Thanksgiving 2025, wanted to open this topic with the giving life. How, we talked about tofurkey as being one of the topics, and tofurkey, if a lot of people don't know, is a turkey alternative made from tofu, and they have commercially available ones. It's also kind of a reference to an alternative to a bird, a dead bird.
Hmm.
So it
Yeah.
can be made from tofu, it can be made from seitan, it can be made from mashed potatoes. It just kind of the idea of having a centerpiece with like maybe gravy and stuffing, all plant-based, but a special holiday that we'd like to promote.
And other
And
holidays.
yeah,
This also works for other.
sure
uh,
does.
Yeah.
No, how about that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I didn't even think about that. So, I want to talk about tofurkey and alternatives to turkey today. I don't know if a lot of people are aware that over 46 million birds were killed for Thanksgiving in the US. So, that's a lot of birds for one day. And what makes it even worse is we can kind of go in the shoe in for food waste because they close to 8 million birds are wasted too. So that's in addition to other food that's wasted,
How
but
many how many birds?
the equivalent to 8 million birds are wasted.
And then how many birds are killed?
46 million.
Hmm. So 46 million birds were incarcerated
Most
for,
of them are from factory farms.
from
Yeah.
numerous weeks, and in a wonderful celebration of Thanksgiving, they were killed.
Yes, for our
What a
celebration.
wonderful way to be thankful, to kill 46 million birds. That kind of puts them out of their pain of being incarcerated.
And the joint pain, they can't walk after a certain
Yeah,
age. They've been bred to have this huge breast muscle.
yeah,
And so the weight is disproportionate to anything in nature, anything natural. And so they have to deal with that with their short lives, that this is heavy, heavy uh, breast
right.
material. And I will mention that they're not even able to mate naturally. They're artificially inseminated because they're too big to mate naturally, turkeys.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, yes. If you can imagine that, birds being artificially inseminated, that does happen with turkeys. So anyway, I just want to mention that for turkeys, but also the food, that a lot of them get wasted. So a lot of people aren't even saying, okay, this animal, this bird was slaughtered, and just they get tired of them and don't want to have leftovers after a certain period of time, right? And in the landfill. So it's not just the landfill and the waste and the extra resources of the corn feed and the soybean feed and the housing with the electricity to house them in these open houses, and all the bedding and everything, all the resources involved, the shipping. It's also that when they get thrown away, not just losing whatever reverence for life, but they also can turn to methane, which it contributes to even more problems with the warming of our environment and the melting of the ice in the North Pole as we celebrate the holidays.
Right.
But the ice up there is melting, and so the animals up there are suffering because that's been warmer. Let's just face it, it's been warmer
Yeah.
in most places in the world. So
Well, if you take a step back, they drilled a bunch of oil and natural gas to make fertilizers to grow the feed that also creates a lot of leaky methane. So there's methane at the very source of this turkey making monster growing machine that turkeys had a poopy scoopy life. I mean, poopy scoopy. We're talking really poopy scoopy where they have all confined in those terrible places. And I'm glad that we have space here. I'm glad that I can move around and decide where I want to go hither and yon. Yay! I am Thanksgiving wise so thankful for that. But they don't get to be thankful for that because they have their whole life wishing, how can I get out of here? And then all of a sudden they're grabbed and they go, oh my gosh, maybe I have a chance to get out. And they're all thrilled. And they're just, I mean, and little do they know that that's not when they're going to escape, but they're going to their death. They're in the last few minutes. They're thrilled that maybe they're going to get out of that prison and all that, and they're flapping
breathing
their wings and stuff
ammonia,
like that. And they
feather
a
dust.
bit of hope to get out of there, and it was actually
Mm.
take them out and kill them.
Yeah.
No good thankful times for those turkeys in general. Very, very few minutes of time.
Artificial lighting to keep it on all the time so they grow faster, they gain more weight.
Yeah,
They don't even get to turn the lights off when they want
yeah,
to at night and say, I've had enough light today, let's turn
yeah.
this off. So, on a lighter note, I just wanted to share
Yes.
that this is the 40th Thanksgiving since I have not had turkey. So I've not had birds, I've not had any animals. 40 years ago, I had my first vegetarian Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Yay.
Gobble, gobble, gobble,
So yeah,
gobble. Everybody gobble, gobble for
isn't that great?
Andrea. Away,
I wanted to
Andrea.
share that great news because I just realized it's
Yeah,
40th anniversary
yeah.
today. So it
Mhm.
can be done. There's so many great things to focus on around the meal, besides being with friends and family and being grateful for our lives and
Right.
our freedom and just celebrating time with friends and family and just the fact that we can do so. There's also wonderful side dishes that most people prefer
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes and squash and different vegetables and different grain pilaf dishes and soups and mushrooms and all these tofu and tempeh and seitan and onions and garlic, all these great pumpkin pie. All these things are plant-based. I don't know if a lot of people realize that all these things are plant-based and vegetarian slash vegan because they're made from plants. Did you realize that?
I did realize that a lot of those were, yes. And but
Uh,
a lot of people say, well, where do you get your protein? Where do you get? And I say, if I were a turkey, I'd ask me that as a turkey. Where do I get my protein? I eat it. Even those turkeys that have a really cruddy life, they're eating grain. They're eating They're eating vegan. They're vegan turkeys. They're out there eating a whole bunch of grains, and then you say you have to eat something else that has some meat on it. The thing you're eating was ate a bunch of things to build the muscle and such. And we can eat plant-based things and build muscles. How many times have you been accused of being a rock climber?
oh,
And you should see, she has
yes.
muscles, got the muscles,
Mm.
and vegan. And
Yeah. Yeah, and think about the
you've been
top
how many times?
a lot, a few,
A few
couple,
times. Yeah, people see you and think
you know,
you're, for some reason, they think
or a
Andrew's
welder.
a welder here. That's
Yeah,
right.
but that's okay. I'll take it. And I also want people to know that the top, strongest, healthiest vegetarian animals, elephants, rhinos, hippopotamus, mountain gorillas, uh, they're all vegetarian
Go
animals.
Buffs.
Yeah, so there's
Go
absolutely
Buffs.
protein in every food
Buffalo.
out there has some amount of protein. Now, if people are eating too many processed foods, they strip out some of the nutrients it can be maybe questionable, but every plant food does have protein in it. So that would be the lettuces and greens
Yeah.
and shoots
Mhm.
and sprouts and nuts and seeds and
Right.
legumes, and don't have to always depend on soy products. And people are like, oh, I don't want to eat soy, or I can't eat gluten. Well, there's so many other things because every plant food has some protein in it.
Yeah.
About just about eating enough, just eating enough calories. So if anyone wants more information, happy to talk to you about that. If you want to include more plant-based foods in your diet, get away from the animal foods and the harm they cause to the planet, and all the extra resources to have all this animal foods available, um, reach out. It's planetbasedlife.org. Love to talk to you
Right.
and help you out, help you find some recipes or find some ways to make this work because very intensive on our planet, animal agriculture. So,
It is.
yeah.
And I know I know it
Mm.
looks like I'm wasting away as a vegan of 45 years. But you know what? I'm going to do it for the animals. I know I'm just skin and bones. I know I'm just all wimpy looking and such. But you know what? I'm going to do it for the I'm going to do it for the life forms. I mean, I do bike everywhere every day, all winter long. Deepest
Winter
what
biker,
deepest even the deep snow still
stuck
biking.
tire sometimes, right?
Yeah, stud of tire in the front, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah. And I have uh, th three extra shirts on to make it look like I'm really buff. But inside, my little arm is only about that big, But I'm going to do it for the animals because I'm just a wimpy guy that cares for the life. Wimpy, freaking wimpy. It's pathetic. I'm so pathetically emaciated. Oh, from 45 years of eating vegan. It's terrible. You can feel sorry for me. Look at him. Just, oh,
Wasting away.
hollow
Mhm.
cheeks. And it's pathetic. I know it's sad, but you know what? A whole bunch of animals don't have to sleep in their poop in their pee because I'm eating vegan every day and have eaten vegan every day for 45 years. I'm going to take that chance, even though they say you probably live longer and don't get cancer, heart disease,
The top
strokes.
killers.
There's killers if you eat vegan, but that's what they say. They might be wrong, but what's the hero? What's the hero and you want to do in terms of compassion, love,
Yeah.
doing the right thing?
Eat more plants and less animals. How about that?
More plants, yeah, plant powered
Yes. And you know what's pretty ironic? I hear a lot of people say, oh, good news, I'm vegetarian. But I just want to talk about the top five um, sources of food waste in our country, if I may.
food waste.
And
Let's talk food waste.
yeah, food
Yeah,
waste.
let's make
So,
some jokes about food waste.
well, I mentioned the turkeys, about 8 million, equivalent to 8 million turkeys are wasted a year. But
Hmm.
I don't know if people realize that the top five dairy products are number three, and eggs are number four as
Mm.
far as food waste in the United States. So, in addition to all the resources that went in or go into raising these animals, all the fossil fuels, a lot of their feed, did you know, is grown in the Amazon? So we're literally eating the Amazon rainforest, the lungs of the planet. A lot of the feed that is fed to chickens and for their eggs and for their meat and for cows and beef is grown in the
Oh
Amazon,
my
raised in
gosh,
the Amazon.
I just thought of something. It is a huge scam, you guys, to say, oh, soy, I mean, actually, science shows that soy is safe. But all those people who are saying, oh, I can't have soy, you're eating animals that ate a bunch of soy
Yes.
because that's what they grow in the Amazon because it's so muscle building.
Yeah.
Soy is so powerful and it has so much protein in it. If you don't like to eat soy, then don't be eating some pigs and chickens and cows and turkeys because they're made of soy grown in the freaking Amazon. Well, what was once a forest now turned into fields and fields of soybeans shipped all over a lot of different places. to feed the pigs, chickens, and cows and turkeys.
And yeah.
And so if you're not for soy, go vegan. Ha ha!
Another thing too, a lot of people
Plant-based? Okay to say that?
yeah,
Okay.
a lot of people don't like GMOs. Well, guess what? You think that's organic soy and organic?
Oh, that's the other.
They're
No.
going to do the most output for the less resources. They're going to use GMO. A lot of
Right.
it's GMO.
Right. Here in the States, when you buy soy products for humans, we get to get the organic most of the time. You know,
You read
even
labels and ask companies.
well,
And that sort
even
of thing.
most, even in the big grocery stores, the soy products are almost always, I mean, maybe anyway, like soy tofu.
Yeah.
Tofu is almost always organic. Even the least expensive brands are organic, as far as I've seen. I haven't seen any non-organics. But anyway,
Well, they're
sorry, I
up there,
interrupted you.
but then we have some control over that by choosing which companies to buy and which stores to buy from. But just keep that in mind when they grow a lot of these crops in the Amazon and places that they have to use Roundup Ready crops, and it's a whole lot of
Yes.
toxins and pesticides and herbicides. They're spraying the heck out of them because they just feeding them to animals. Why would they care
Yeah.
what they do? So it's not, we're not buying the corn and the soy. So they, anyway, just something to keep in mind when we're supporting these animal products are the food that they're grown is greatly, I believe, is at 80% of of the food fed to animals is grown in the Amazon, something like that. Anyway, it's a high number.
Yeah, Bolivia and Brazil is
Yeah.
where a lot of that GMO soybeans.
Yes. So anyway, all the intensive resources I wanted to bring up. If you're a vegetarian, thank you. But the eggs and the dairy are also contributing to, they use the same feeds for those. And then people say, well, I get them locally raised and from local farms, and but they still have their own issues with that and land use and land abuse when they have cleared land for animal agriculture. And did you know that 56%, according to the New York Times graph they published, of the Colorado River is used for animal agriculture?
Wow.
So we're like drinking the Colorado River as well
Yes.
to have animal agriculture to raise the alfalfa and the hay and the feed here that we feed them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of water
Massive,
use.
massive water use.
And all these
And
discussions about that.
that's for in the case of the Colorado, many times that's for the hay for the cattle.
And dairy cow use a lot of alfalfa as
And
well.
oh, you're right.
Higher
That's
protein, and they need that
right.
for the constant production of milk. It
Right.
takes a lot of resources on their body. So anyway, things to keep in mind that we're literally drinking the Colorado River. It's not just dairy, it's the Colorado River. A lot of it's being sent to areas where they raise dairy. California's a big state. Colorado's, I think, the third top producer of dairy or something like that. It's up there. So something to keep in mind when when people continue to include animal products, there's an environmental and health cost and cost to animals as well. So
Right.
yes, and a lot of waste. So the eggs number 4 and dairy number 3 for food loss, for food waste, which makes methane when it goes in the landfill. So I'm sure a lot of it is going to the landfill. A lot of people out there with their compost bins when they're dumping milk down the sink. It's not necessarily going in their compost bin. So eat more plants, and then yeah, a whole nother topic someday. We'll talk about some food preservation ideas, but it's about keeping the methane out of the environment. Because
Yeah.
composting still releases a little methane, but considerably less than just putting it in the trash or putting it in a plastic bag to be entombed so they can make all the methane gas when it goes to landfill.
I just thought of something else.
Yeah.
When you start dealing with animal products, they can spoil really fast and be really dangerous. So there's probably a lot of animal products that they barely go bad or whatever Well, I mean, you have to cook the stuff, especially in the case of chicken or turkey because of the salmonella.
And
So,
some places pour bleach
oh,
on their bodies first
yeah.
before they cook them. Yeah, or
So
eat
when we're
them.
talking about food waste, um, there's probably, I don't know how much methane is made from a turkey that's thrown in the landfill compared to a couple of 3 heads of lettuce, but probably more with all that embodied energy in it, stuff like that. I don't like talking about that, but we don't want compostables going into the landfill.
Anything that's biodegradable, anything that's organic material, would include the lettuce, heads of lettuce. And
Okay, that's true.
yeah,
Right.
so no get out of jail cards for
Right.
putting vegetables in the landfill. So um but yeah, so that's just something I'm going to talk about this Thanksgiving holiday is just ways we can have more plants in our life, waste less, and some of the other top items, bread was number one, believe it or not. I don't know why people don't put it in the freezer. Like when it's going bad, just toss it in the freezer. I put everything in the freezer.
Or put it in before it's going bad, not when
Yeah.
it's going
Like
bad.
right when you get home, you have the fresh piece you want and then you put the rest away and make toast with it. Or even if you thaw it out, like even like birthday cakes or whatever, you put them in the freezer, take them out. They taste just like almost as good as
Or
fresh
or
when they
even
thaw out.
or even put it in the refrigerator and
Yeah.
turn down the temperature in the wintertime
Yeah.
because the energy that's used is electricity and that kind
Mm-hmm.
of helps warm the house a bit
Yeah.
because refrigerators take heat out of stuff. So instead of using your separate topic, but using your furnace and such, turn down the temperature on your refrigerator, put the bread in the refrigerator, and it will last longer and it heats your house with a little bit more electricity because refrigerators take heat out of things and they put it into your house.
Yeah. Yeah. So that will help keep the ambient temperature a little bit warmer.
Yes.
So use your freezer, use your refrigerator. You know, the US has the most food waste of any country in the world. We have like 30 to 40%. So we waste a lot of food.
Mm.
So a lot of resources that
Yeah.
go into that. So bread was number one. I think bananas were number two. And of course I mentioned the eggs and the dairy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so let's try to keep these items think about it when before you buy them and say, gosh, do I want to be part of this problem or be part of the solution? So be a mindful consumer when you're buying something. Do you really need that item or do you really use it or just buy it because you're just used to buying it? So something to keep in mind, reduce our food waste, reduce demand since they seem to overproduce it.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be a lot of it out there
Yeah.
and keep costs down.
Mm-hmm.
But if they didn't produce so much and it costs a little bit more, maybe people will buy a little bit more, less, and waste a little bit less. How about that concept?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so if you want to remind yourself with 3 words, I just made it up. Food waste kills.
It does.
Yeah, when we waste food, it's killing something. It takes a bunch of fossil fuels from the beginning, the shipping and
The
all of that.
land
So
use.
so just like other things that we're buying kills, just the things that we don't need or we're doing excess, add the word kills to it because a lot of consumer products, including the foods, are killing our planet and kills critters, bugs, butterflies, bees, hummingbirds, deer, and us. So remember, food
Don't
waste
forget
kills.
us.
So if you want to keep living longer, you need to have a planet that lives longer. And to have the planet live longer, you don't kill it. So remember, fake food waste kills. Do you like that motto or is it okay?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And I was hoping people would join in because the holidays are tough for a lot of people, especially if you're trying to eat alternatively or eat healthier or not contribute to having turkey. And so sorry to miss everyone, but just want to create this opportunity to spend time with peeps that get you and support you and your decision to try to live kinder on the planet,
Mm.
more gently on the planet through planet-based life. Having so much fun, you won't want to take a vacation
Yeah, we're
from.
having fun.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are, for sure.
Yeah, it's fun growing gardens and seeing the bugs and biking around and not being in the car and paying car payments. Well, I mean, I have a used car, but it's really old. I burn about 10 gallons of gasoline, but
A year,
oh yeah, a year. But a life so
not a
fun,
day.
huh?
Not a
Not a
day.
day. That's right. That's right. That's right. And so far this year, no gallons of gasoline, so it's actually zero so far. But a life so fun. No, wait, 1 gallon. I burned 1 gallon so far this year, and it's almost December. That's not bad. One
That's
gallon. Yeah.
great. Good
So,
work.
planet-based life, a life so fun you don't need a vacation from.
And you don't want a vacation from
You
either.
don't want a vacation from because you don't want
See,
extra bills. You don't want extra stress. You don't want extra pollution, all kinds of extra things that you don't need, and you get extra time, peace, fun, exercise time,
peace.
hanging out time.
Yes.
Want to hang out? Since we have
Yeah.
more time, okay, we're going to hang out a little bit because we made more time because we're it's planet-based, simple living that helps you have more fun, and then you can decide how complex your fun simple living things are going to be. So simple living doesn't just mean living it's boring or anything. No, simple living means great times to look at art, create art, sing songs, dance, and explore the bugs, get out the magnifying lens and do all kinds of what other fun things.
My favorite things are to salvage food waste
Right,
and make
yeah,
awesome food
that's
with it
actually fun to do.
and make compost.
Oh, that's
I'm
actually,
It's
yeah.
so fun to
Yeah,
watch it
I have a couple of
transform.
little things on my bike and I get to do trash pickup yoga on my bike because I'm biking
Well,
along.
plant-based
And I
rescue.
yeah, and I see a can or a bottle, something, and I'll stop on the bike, reach down and attach it to the handlebars and add a little bit of art to the handlebars until I get to some place to properly recycle it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a
It's
fun
so fun.
activity.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not contributing to the traffic and the roadkill injuries. I when I was biking today, I saw a horrible accident. I said, "Thank goodness I'm not out there on the road with those with the people." It's just really tragic. It's really dangerous to be out there in the cars and vehicles. And
Fairly dangerous, yes.
yes, so keep that in mind when you think about planet-based life. Think about all the great things you can be doing. There are fun things, and simplicity is bliss. I just love not having all these burdens of all these other things and trying to worry about what I'm going to buy and when I'm going to, drive myself crazy with how I'm going to compete with the neighbors for the best car, the best clothes, the best everything. Just let it go. See
Yeah.
what's available.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, just want to go out to say ciao to folks. I'm glad that they were hopefully able to see this video later, or they were able to chime in now that we don't know they're watching.
Planet-based lives and food waste kills.
Yes. I like that. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so check us out. Look for us. Get the latest and greatest tips. Follow Instagram, Facebook, planetbasedlife.org or
xoearth.org, letter X, letter O, earth.org.
yeah, so that way you can get some more great tips that aren't necessarily a video, but sometimes there's videos on there.
Yeah.
But you can get some still shots, and that way you can check it out while you're waiting for an appointment somewhere, or just scroll through and pick up some great information and share what you're doing so we can learn too. It's
Yeah.
all about learning, life
So,
learning.
so thank you
Thank
for
you
what you do
for what you do
to keep our planet
to keep our planet
cool, cool, cool.
cool, cool, cool.
See you later. Cheers. Da 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 da